Good morning. You join me on a nice, bright and sunny spring morning here in Kent, with another quick update of what I suppose we're into April now, aren't we? So currently I'm working on. I have for customer Noel. I've done thousands of American Civil War and English Civil War for him. I'm currently doing. We've got 15 bases of skirmishers, 5 figures to the base, plus about 30 sort of disorder markers. I think these are Callistra 10 to 12 millimeter figures. I think the skirmishers seem to be a mix of Callistra and Warlord metal. I think there's some dismounted cavalry and skirmish, but that's what I've got 15 bases of them to do, so I'm just putting them together, half Reb, half Union, and I'm just dressing the bases up a little bit for these. These are 60 by 20 MDF to match the standard Epic style bases, but yeah, I've had great fun doing these. I'm going to do another 5 of those today and another 4 of the casual figures. They're great figures. I just put them on the bases, black undercoat them, and pick the colours out bit by bit. Well, it'll probably take a couple of hours to do 5 bases like that. Excuse me. Also for Mark, we have these Peninsula Napoleonics AB figures, 18 millimeters. So far completed the 33rd Regiment of Foot, who weren't in the Peninsula, but Mark retired last year, or this year I think, no, last year, as a British Army officer, and he served in the 30, he's a proud Yorkshireman, served in the 33rd Foot, so he wanted the 33rd Foot in his games. Also, here I'm just going to pull the camera in a little bit. We have the full flight dragoons, just waiting for more basic material to arrive. The heavy cavalry in the Peninsula War, musicians did not wear reverse colours, so he has his standard red coat on there. They are beautiful figures, these ABs. They're demanding to. I won't say otherwise. They are very demanding to paint. They carry a lot of detail. In here we have the first dragoons, the dragoon guards. They're deep blue facings. There was a couple of things that came up when I showed Mark the earlier pictures. One thing is that the epaulets are the shoulder scales need to be red edged white. So I corrected those, and I've just got to correct those. I'll usually do it by painting them white, just the scales at the edges, not the shoulder bar. Paint them white and then add red in the centre of them. It's a far easier way to do it than painting them red and trying to edge line them white. But yeah, let's just go in a little bit there. They're lovely figures again. I love those bicorns. And the officer noted, even the officer was wearing the larger size bicorn. And they did at this period get to ridiculous sizes. You see some contemporary illustrations, and the officer's headgear is just massive. And they've caught that detail there, not to an exaggerated, these. Excuse me, mumbling along. As always, I just when the mood takes me, I decide to make a little video just to show what I'm doing. So these are the 16th Light Dragoons. Light Dragoons, musician, reverse colours, so they're buff, as directed. Buff facings, white lace, yeah. And again, I'm just going to go in a bit. The gloss varnish that Mark always requests. It just brings out the horse colours so well. I absolutely really like the way they work. So we've got one more light cavalry unit, the 10th, maybe the 10th is ours, but the cavalry brigade, 2 heavies, 2 lights, 8 figures each. Yeah, and that's that's a nice start for this. I've got some going on some French next, and aside from that, I've done a few more damaged battery markers from my own project, Battle Cry, Fire and Fury. They're just Callistra guns because they're quite cheap but very nice. 12mm Callistra guns, chopped up, blown up, Make great little damage markers at a very affordable price. And right, I'm going to hold up the camera there. These crazy things here are some of the figures, part of the batch of figures, to try and get them into. Might be because it gets the white background there, but part of the batch of figures I'm doing for friend David in exchange for the Battle Cry game. I watched a video the other day and about Battle Cries, and they were saying it in the States, an unboxed Battle Cry 150th anniversary edition go to $400 to $500, which is insane because the game may not be reprinted. But anyway, there we are. They're insane, aren't they? I think these things are called Tyrannids, and David wanted the weapons to be organic. So basically a kind of sandy colour with a thin red ink wash over them. And I must admit, it certainly worked. It's certainly organic, isn't it? I actually said to David, yeah, I hope you like this. This is what you had in mind. It actually looks like he's stuffing a chicken. But David's happy with that. I've got a few more of those to do, and I'm doing some more of the jeans twos. But it's a real departure for me because I've never painted anything like this before. But they are insane, aren't they? That's it. Just a quick update. So there we are. Peninsula Cavalry just running along there. Super colourful, super glossy, super shiny. First of the infantry. Again, the basing is Mark's requirement. He likes gloss varnish and plain green bases, so that's what I'm doing. No flock, no static grass. I like these guys here. I'm just having a bit of fun. Noel gives me a lot of freedom in the way I paint his American Civil War figures, so I'm just dressing those up a bit for him. I don't know where we're going next, because we must be getting to the end after 2 years solid painting monthly for. I'm hoping he might buy into the new Warlord American Revolution set. And I'm going to throw it out there that it's one of my favourite periods, has been for many, many years. So if anybody does know anybody who's going to buy into this new Revolution set and wants to have them painted at a reasonable cost, I think so anyway, please just contact me, because I would love to do them, but I don't want to do them for myself. Which is why I do this, really, because I get my pleasure from this hobby of painting for other people. Okay, well, I'm not going to ramble on. You can see here, I just like making model kits and modelling and painting, and you possibly see here that a little side hustle here is that I'm thinking of putting together a little model railway thing. Just a small micro layout, late 1950s, rural Kent. Anyway, but that's aside. That's for somewhere else. Okay, here we go. Hope you like it. On to the cuirassiers next. No, not the cuirassiers. There were no cuirassiers, were there, in the Peninsula? Dragoons or chasseurs. But, okay, cheers for watching. Please give us a like if you can, and maybe a subscribe. Thanks very much. Bye.